to Modalities Movement Therapy. I'm Brenda. This is week 19. Today we are focusing on the hips with the use of a soft reflex ball, or you can use a tennis ball and one of these circled resistance bands and some water. We want to drain that lymph, we want to release all that fascial tissue, get the lymph flowing, and drink as much water so we can hydrate the body and flush out those toxins. Let's start in standing. Come up to standing, and I want you to take a nice deep breath in. Yawn, stretch, and shake everything out. Good. Circle those shoulders up and back. See your range of movement. We're going to take the hand onto the fingers and we're going to donkey bite over the hand and focus on that wrist. Circle around that wrist and move up to the elbow. Focus now on that elbow joint, releasing and stretching there. Now what we're going to do is take the thumb onto the inside of the tricep and the index finger onto the outside. You're going to bend that arm, and as you breathe in, I want you to stretch that arm out, and you're pulling in that two-directional pull, that tensegrity, lengthening out and stretching the bicep. Reach the arm back so you're lengthening into the wrist as well and lengthening that front arm line. Let's do another two. Nice deep breath in. The more we breathe, the more movement we create. And another one. Good. Take the hand onto the shoulder. Now we're going to focus on the triceps, but I also want you to think of that lateral line. So as we slide the index finger and the thumb down, I want you to reach that arm up and lengthen away. Breathe out and release. Another nice deep breath in. Stretch it out, lengthen away and release. Breathe out. Two more. Stretch and lengthen and release. And one more. A nice deep breath in. Stretch and lengthen and release. Good. Bring that arm around the waist, and I want you just to massage from the sternum up to the shoulder over those pectoral muscles. Give it a good stretch there so we can open up across the chest into a nice open posture. Good. Let's wrap the hand around the back of the neck, breathing in as you look over the opposite shoulder. And breathe out as you rotate. Do another three. Nice deep breath in. And breathe out and rotate. Another two. And breathe out and rotate. One more. And breathe out and rotate. Good. Release that arm and give that shoulder a nice big roll up and back. Let's do the other side. So grab hold of the fingers and donkey bite up that arm and onto the wrist. Squeeze and twist. Squeeze and twist. Move up and over the forearm to the elbow. Now focus on that elbow for a few seconds. Squeeze and twist. Going onto the biceps, thumb and index finger on either side. Bend that elbow, a nice deep breath in. Reach and stretch, lengthen out. Open up the palm. Breathe out and release. A nice deep breath in. Breathe in, lengthen out, and breathe out and release. Let's do another two. Nice deep breath in and breathe out and release. And another one. And breathe out the shoulder. Let's do the triceps, thumb on one side, index finger on the other. Reach and lengthen, stretch that lateral side. Breathe into that lateral side, that line of elongation. Breathe in and lengthen yourself out. Breathe out and release. Breathe in and lengthen. And breathe out and release. Last one. Nice deep breath in and lengthen. And breathe out and release. Wrap the hand around the waist, and from the sternum you can use the fingers, spread them out. You can use the heel of the hand, massage up towards that shoulder. Keep focusing on the breathing. And another one. And breathe out. Good. From there, over the back of the neck, and breathing in. As you rotate, breathe out. 3 more nice deep breath in. And breathe out. 2 more. And breathe out. And 1 more. And breathe out. Good. Release the arm, shoulder roll up and back. Let's now take the ball under the foot, and we're going to just hug the ball with the toes and mold it into the shape of that foot. Roll over the arch of the foot and over the lateral side of the foot. Nice. Slow release, like you're trying to squash that ball. Releasing each line of the body apart from the arm lines, which we've already released. Just take the ball onto the other side and roll, molding it again into the arch of the foot and moving it over to the lateral side of the foot as well. Another 2 and another 1. Good. Position the ball just underneath those ankle bones between the heels. Squeeze the ball, breathe in and out. Lifting and lowering, releasing that deep core line or part of that diaphragm, that deep core line, so the breathing will help ease you into the movement as well. Good, just position the ball just above the ankles, so quite a little bit higher up, and lift and lower. Again, breathing in and out, nice and slowly. Focusing on squeezing the bum, so you're getting yourself into that lift. And let's add a few lifts with the ball right between the knees. And again, nice deep breath in and lift. 2, 4 more. And 3, and 2, and 1. One more position just underneath the knees. In that groove just underneath the knees, squeeze the ball. And again, we lift and lower. Two more. 1 more. Release the ball. Take a nice deep breath in. Roll down through the spine. Relax your head. Look at your knees. Don't lift your chin. Bring your chin to your chest. Now come down onto the hands and knees and up back onto the knees. Step 1 foot out to the side. We're going to focus on opening up into the hips. So we're focusing in this routine a lot on those hip releases. I want you to slide the forearm along the inner thigh to the knee. As you rotate that foot and push that hip open, you can bring the hand onto the hip bone and release. A nice deep breath in and breathe out. Really get into that rotation. Use as much resistance as you can. Breathing in and breathe out. And breathe out. Let's do another 4. And breathe out. If you're taking any strain in the knee, then just bring that foot in and focus on the hands more. And lunging into that position. If you can add that rotation at the back, you can do that. Let's just do 1 more. Now bring the elbow onto the knee and just reach that arm up and bounce into that rotation. Nice open position with the hips. Getting a nice stretch along the inner thigh. Good. And release. Let's bring the knees side by side and go over to the other side. So again, you can go into the rotation, just hold it there. But if you can move the foot in and out, then you'll get more rotation there. Take a nice deep breath in. Slide the forearm down along the inner thigh. Breathe out and release. For 2. And release. And 3. And release. And release. Keep going. Pulling open in that hip. 4. Let's do another 3. And 2 more. And the last one. Hold it there. You can just release that foot a little bit and reach the arm up. Bounce into that lunge position, opening up. So rest the elbow there, but push the knee back. Pulse it open. 2, 3, 4. Good, and release. Coming onto both knees, come lengthways onto your mat. Take your reflex ball now, and we're going to bring it into between the hip bone and the belly button. So come down onto your mat, and you're going to position it there. If you can, keep the hand underneath the ball and rest onto your forehead. Relax in that position and just wiggling the hips from side to side. Now you're going to bend the knee and lift the knee off the mat. So you're working into releasing that diaphragm. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe out. Keep lifted, engaging the glutes. A nice deep breath in and breathe out. Another 2. A nice deep breath in and breathe out. And the last one. And breathe out. Keeping the ball in that position, drop the knee. And now the supporting leg, I want you to open it up so the knee is in line with the hip. If I come into this position, you can see that knee is nice and lifted, and keep that other leg bent. And all you're doing is focusing on the breathing. You can add a slight rotation with that foot just to increase that stretch. Keep breathing. And you're opening up into those hips. Okay, and let's release the ball. Let's go on to the other side. So bring the ball between the belly button and the hip bone. Not on the hip bone or on the hip flexor. I want you to bring it slightly higher to release that muscle in the lower back that sits behind the diaphragm, that psoas muscle. Bend that knee, take a nice deep breath in, and lift the knee off the mat. Hold it here and just focus on your breathing. Breathing in and breathe out. Another 2. And breathe out. And another 1. And breathe out. Drop the knee on the mat. Before we go into the gecko position, I just want you to release the foot and wiggle the hips from side to side a few times. Now, as we did on the other side, lift up that knee in line with the hip and bend that leg that's on the ball. And you can just hold it here and focus on the breathing. Nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And again, nice deep breath in and breathe out. Last one. And breathe out. Good. Release the foot, extend the other leg, and release the ball. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck yourself, and come into a rounded position. We're going to take the resistance band now, and you're going to bring it just above the wrists. So coming back to the arms, open up the knees slightly wider than hip distance, and let's take one arm. You're going to start off with the hand in front of the other hand. So don't have the hands too far away. You want to bring them quite close to you. And you should start to feel those abdominal muscles working as well. Bring the hand in front of the other hand. And now you want to be able to, so you want to be close, but you want to be able to get the hand around behind the other hand between the knee. So you want to make that movement nice and big. It's a half circle. Bringing the hand onto the mat to 45. To your back position, slightly to the diagonal, and then behind. Let's bring it side, forward, and in front. 2. And behind. 4th. Good. For 3. And in front. Keep going for 4. To go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and behind. Try not to bend that elbow, otherwise you're going to take strain in the shoulder. You want to feel those triceps engaging. And as I said, those abdominal muscles. Circle around. One last time. Circle around. And now let's continue a nice flowing half circle. And 5. Keep going. 3 more. 2 more. And the last one. Good. Bring the hands side by side. And let's move on to the other side. Spread those fingers out. Bring the other hand in front. And now just stepping the hand down 4 times. Take it forward. 2, 3, and in front and back. 2, 3, 4. Take it forward. And again, we take it back and forward. 5 to go. Back and forward. Take it back. And back. Let's do another 2, back and forward. Last one, take it back, 2. Now the nice flowing movement, circle. Keep both elbows straight, lift up in the core for 3. Make sure you're keeping that resistance in the band. 3 to go. 7 and 8. Great, well done, and release the band. We're going to now come into it. Before we come into that seated position, bring the ball between the knees. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders again. As you take a nice deep breath in, look ahead. So nice range of movement in the head and the neck. Breathe in. Should feel a nice abdominal stretch there as well. Squeeze the ball, breathe out. Try keep the toes uncurled so you're not curling. If you cramp in the neck, I want you to focus more on your breathing and relaxing your head more so you can be in this position. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, squeeze the ball and tuck. Lift the knees and bounce. You're still exhaling. As soon as you need to inhale, drop the knees, take a nice deep breath into your arch position. Squeeze the ball, breathe out, and bounce in that rounded position. We've got another 2. Take a nice deep breath in. Look ahead and open up, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Tuck the tailbone under, breathe out, then the chin follows and bounce. 2, 3, 4. Drop the knees, take a last deep breath in. In this position, squeeze the ball, breathe out, and tuck under and bounce. 2, 3, 4. Drop the knees, breathe in, just squeezing the shoulder blades together. Bounce that chest up and down a few times. Good. Let's come into a seated position. And we're going to take the ball and link the fingers, then cradle the ball in the hand. We're going to bring the ball behind the ears along that bony process, in line with the bones behind the ears, that mastoid process behind the ears, and the occiput ridge along the base of the skull. So just lengthen yourself out, take a nice deep breath in, control yourself from the core, breathing out and dropping this vertebra one at a time onto the mat. Articulate nicely through the spine. Now you can link the fingers and bring the ball onto the top of the spine and looking over one shoulder. Keep the ball cradled in the hands and massage along the occiput ridge, where we often carry a lot of tension, part of the deep core line. So when we release this, we should make our breathing a little bit more easy. Let's take the ball to the other side and roll along that occiput ridge. Three, 2, and 1. Good. From there, we're going to position the ball where the neck meets the shoulder, just on the trapezius, that muscle there. Support the head in the other hand, and you're going to draw a nice big circle with that elbow. Now on this side, the ball is lying under. You should be opening up nicely into the diaphragm. As you breathe out, you want that rib cage to drop down. Exhale. Nice deep breath in. Open up, expand the rib cage as the diaphragm pushes down when the lungs open up, and breathe in. Open up, breathe out. And the last one. Breathe in and open up. Good. Hold it in this position and just open the elbow up and bring it in. Breathe in, open up, breathe out, bring it in. Let's do one more. Keep the elbow on the mat now, and just a little bit of a rotation there. Opening up into the front of the chest, into the pectoral muscle. Keep the elbow on the mat so you're hinging from that elbow and that shoulder is coming rounded, open up. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Let's position the ball onto the other side of that spine at the trapezius where the neck meets the shoulder. Want to release that tension there. Head into the other hand and let's take a nice deep breath in. Feel that rib cage opening up on that side. As you breathe out, push the elbow down into the waist and rib cage tucks in. Breathe in and breathe out. Just another 2 nice deep breath in. Just focus on a nice slow movement. Focus on the quality of the movement and the size of that circle. A nice slow inhalation and breathing out. From there, we're going to open up and just bounce the elbow out and bring it in for 2. And bring it in. Keep going. And 3. And bring the elbow in. And 4. And bring the elbow in. Let's do another 2. Nice deep breath in. And breathe out. 1 more. Hold it in that open position and just rotate the forearm, rotating the shoulder and opening up into the chest. Breathing in and out. Do another 2 and breathe out and another 1 and breathe out. Good. Let's bring the ball into the middle of the back. So on the spine, where you feel you're opening up into the diaphragm. And bring the hands onto the rib cage. I want you to feel the rib cage expanding as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're pushing into the ball, so loosening up the vertebra, but you're also exhaling and bringing the rib cage, tucking it in. And breathe in. Really focusing on that diaphragm. Don't forget to breathe in and out through the nose. Nice deep diaphragmatic breath. Breathe in and breathe out. If you need to support the head and the neck, you can do so with the hands. And breathe out. Let's do another 2. And breathe out. And 1 more nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, let's release the ball. Find the hip bone and that sacroiliac spine in line with the hip bone. So another bony process. We're going to bring the ball along that occiput, not the occiput ridges, along the neck, along that sacroiliac spine, head into the hands, and you're rolling along that bony process. Rock side to side. Ball comes to the same side of the spine, not over the spine, and roll towards that hip bone. Now you can continue with this movement if you want to get a little bit deeper, more rotation, so we're opening up more into the hip. I want you to roll along with the ankle crossed over there. Good, now along here, you should look for a trigger point. Once you've found that trigger point, you can hold it on that spot and bounce the knee out. So you're getting a little bit more rotation in the hip. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release it and rock over to the other side. I'm going to just switch sides and bring that ball under the other sacroiliac spine with that foot on the mat, or you can cross it over and try and open up into that hip as much as you can. So drop that knee, and it's a seesaw motion with the hips. One hip goes up and then comes back parallel to the floor with the other hip. Rock side to side. Keep going, rock side to side. Another 2. Looking for that trigger point. Hold it on that spot and bounce that knee out. Good. Let's release the ball, release the foot as well. And now you're going to work into a little bit more of a diaphragmatic release. We're going to bring one hand, so work directly onto the skin if you can. Bring one hand onto the hip bone, so you're anchoring the hip bone here. Now you're focusing on the breath in. As you slide the fingers to the belly button at that angle, push the pelvis up to the ceiling and release. And again, a nice deep breath in. Push the pelvis up to the ceiling. Let's do another 3. A nice deep breath in. Push up and breathe out. 2 more. Nice deep breath in. And breathe out. You should feel those glutes engaging. And 1 more. And breathe out. Let's do the same thing to the other side. Anchor the hip with one hand and with the other hand. So again, like we did with the arms, you're creating that 2-directional pull. Take a nice deep breath in. Fingers to the belly button and breathe out and release. Again, a nice deep breath in and breathe out and release. 3 more. Breathe out and release. As we go, notice how much easier the breathing becomes. And release. Last one, a nice deep breath in. And breathe out and release. Good. From there, just hug the knees into the chest. And we're going to position the band just above the knees. Feet flat again, resistance with the band, so keep the knees slightly apart. Let's breathe into your arch. Nice big open position, arching into that back. Now as you breathe out, again you're pushing the rib cage down, tucking under and engaging the glutes. Let's do that 2 more times, then we'll go into the thrust. A nice deep breath in. Open and arch. And breathe out. Last 2, nice deep breath in. Open and arch. Breathe out, pushing the rib cage down, tucking under, engage the glutes. We're going to do 1 more, then we're going to hold it in this position. Nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, pushing the diaphragm down with the rib cage, pushing down, and breathing in and lengthen up. You can release the head or bring the hands underneath the head if you need the support. And we're going to hold it here. Focus on the diaphragmatic breathing. Nice deep breath in through the nose and breathe out through the nose. Feel the glutes working and breathe out. 2 more, nice deep breath in and breathe out. 1 more nice deep breath in. Hold it here, bounce the knees out as you exhale. And roll down through the spine. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock yourself into a seated position. Release the band. We're going to come back into that position just now. And we're going to come into a knee box. So take your feet on either side of the mat and rock yourself to the front. Take the ball and you're going to massage into the arch of that foot. So from the ankle bone down into the arch of that foot. You can also focus on that big toe and releasing that deep core line. So again, this is all about the breathing and that diaphragm, releasing that deep core line. Bring the ball behind the ankle bone. So you want to be behind the shin bone as well, and you're going to massage up towards the knee. Continue moving up the inside of that leg. Let's position the ball over the knee, and you're going to massage around that knee. Some of you might be feeling a little bit tight in that hip. You can extend the leg out to the side if you're more comfortable. Let's release the ball from the knee. If you can, bend that leg. And I want you just to massage around this hip area on the other side to make it a little bit more comfortable to be in that position. Let's move down the front of that leg and massage over. Let's work into the glutes now. A little bit of a massage over the glutes. Over the glutes there, and down the leg a little bit there. Behind your hip bone, you've got a little, the start of that fascial band that runs down the leg, the iliotibial band. I want you to get into that area, and you're massaging down there and onto the glutes there. Now let's go back into the inner thigh. Bring the ball onto the top of the leg, onto those adductors, and let's massage over that area, massaging here. Rolling that ball forward and back. You can add some little circular motions and release this area. Okay, let's go over to the other side. So switch legs. If you have got some water, maybe have a quick drink. Let's start off on the hip to get into that seated position. But if you're still not comfortable in that position, you have got the option of extending the leg, but try to keep that front knee down. Let's massage just under the hip bone on that primary hip flexor, which moves into the back, into that psoas muscle. So you're going to massage over the front of the leg now. Work a little bit down into those quads on the front of the leg. Into that hip flexor if that's the area that needs more release. And when you're ready, move around onto those glutes. And you can work a little bit down the side of the leg if you have any tension. Find the hip bone, and just behind the hip bone, let's roll that area out. Now bring the ball onto that arch, and let's roll along over the big toe, that deep core line. Move the ball behind the ankle bone and along the inside of that shin bone. Come onto the knee, use one hand or both hands, support yourself with the other hand if you need to, and then continue moving up the inside of that leg. Circling around that inner thigh. Let's release the ball. We're now going to come back onto the mat in that seated position, and you're going to bring the band onto the feet. Stand yourself up, take a nice deep breath in. As you roll down, you're going to breathe out and articulate through the spine, using those exceptionally strong core muscles to control the movement. Bring the hands behind the head. We are going to focus on breath again. Nice deep breath in. You're coming into a chest lift. As you come up, I want you to focus on the breathing again, taking one leg into an extended position. Good. We're going to bounce this knee towards the shoulder and slightly drop that extended leg. I want you to breathe. Breathe in and out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend the legs up to the ceiling. Drop the upper body. Take a nice deep breath in. Just recover a second. As you breathe out, you're going to come back into that chest lift. Bend the other knee to the chest. Lengthen that leg. And for 8 counts, nice slow inhalation, exhalation, we bounce. For 2, inhale and exhale. For 3, and exhale. For 4, and exhale. Relax the head if you're taking any strain in the neck. 4 more, and breathe out. And 3, and breathe out. 2 more, and breathe out. And the last one, and breathe out. Extend your legs up to the ceiling, lower down, and a nice inhalation, and exhale. Lift up as you exhale over to the first side. 4 counts. This time we're cutting it down to 4 counts. Inhale and exhale. Nice deep breath in and exhale. 2 more. I'm hoping you're feeling those abdominal muscles. Exhale. And the last one. And exhale. Lengthen the legs up. Relax the chest and the upper body. A nice deep inhalation. As you exhale, into that chest lift again. And the last set for 4 counts. Breathing in. And breathing out. Again for 3. And breathe out. 2 more. As you exhale, that's when you should feel those abdominal muscles engaging. Nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Extend the legs and lower down. Focusing on that breathing, I want you to bounce the feet out. Keep that resistance in the band and bounce those feet out. Keep going, bouncing, breathing in and out. And the last one, and breathe out. Bend the knees to the chest, rock yourself to a seated position. Position the band around the big toes. If you do have your water handy, please have a nice big drink. Deep core line exercise, a great one for strengthening the arches of the feet, and you should feel it working into those glute medius muscles on the lateral side of the legs. Breathing in and breathe out. Nice deep breath in and breathe out. out. Sitting nice and tall, use the hands to assist if you need to. Breathing in and breathe out. Nice deep breath in and rotate. Keep going, breathing in and release. 3 more and release. Another 2 and release, and another 1 and release. Good. Bring the band just above the ankles. Same movement this time. We're going to relax the feet and work a lot quicker. So you're bouncing those feet out. Keep going, keep going. 8 more. 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, well done. Release the band. Come back onto your hands and knees. We're going to come onto the knees and step 1 foot forward. Curl the back toes under. Bring the hands behind the back. Lift that knee off the mat. And we're going to rock forward and back. So a nice slow movement. Come up and lift and drop back. This time we're going to keep the knee off the mat and lift and release. For 4. Breathe in and 5. And breathe in and 6. And breathe in 7. And breathe in. The last one, 8. And breathe in. Drop onto the knee and release the other knee. Bring the other foot forward. Curl the toes under. Lift that upper body up so we can really focus on that breath, that inhalation. Lift the knee and rock forward. And breathe in and lift up. Rock forward. And breathe in and lift up. Keep going for 6. Breathe in and lift up. And 5. 4 more. And breathe in. And 3. And breathe in. 2 more. And a nice deep breath in. And the last one. And breathe in. Good. Drop back onto the knees. And bring the hands back onto the mat. Stretch yourself back into your child's pose and reach those arms forward. Relax into that child's pose, and I want you to breathe, feeling the rib cage expanding and pushing into the thighs. Come back up onto hands and knees. Bend those elbows, lower down through this onto the belly button, and relaxing your forehead on your hands. Just wiggle those hips a bit from side to side. Taking a few nice deep breaths in. Bring the hands next to the chest and squeezing the shoulder blades together. Nice deep breath in. If you're not comfortable in this position, stay on the elbows and just lift up. And again, focus on your breathing. Look over one shoulder. Look over the other shoulder. So you're focusing on that rotation in the neck. Good. Bend those elbows, drop back down, tuck under, pull back into child's pose again, and have a nice big stretch. Walk the hands ahead of you. Lengthen out of the shoulders, breathing in. As you breathe out, tuck and circle up. Circle the shoulders up and back, and just swing the arms around the body. Releasing, circling them up and back again. One last deep breath in, and breathe out. Well done, and thank you for joining me.